Hello everyone, Nicole Smith here. I'm an exclusive Black Status presenter. I am coming to you from my bathroom because it is the only quiet place in my house right now, and I wanted to make sure I could get this video done without too much interruption. But I wanted to take a few minutes and share with you my unique story and share with you kind of my journey through with this company and self-discovery, I guess, at the same time, and how I've been able to learn and grow. A little bit about me, my background. A few years ago, I used to run a coupon and frugal living blog. What started as a fun little hobby and that made me a few $100s a month turned into a full-time job over the course of a few years as I did consulting and work with other businesses. And I really enjoyed it for a while, but then as time went on, it became a demanding job. And I didn't really want a job. I liked owning my own business, but I didn't like feeling like I had to put in 40 hours a week every week and always do more and be better and grow my site, which was kind of stressful and hard as a lot of frugal living blogs suddenly popped up overnight a few years into it, that I kind of lost the excitement for it. And as my twins were born a few years ago, I decided to let it go. I didn't want a 40-hour job. I wanted to be a mom, and I decided to homeschool my kids. So I let the blog go. A few months later, my family and I moved to North Pole, Alaska, which is in the middle of nowhere, and I had 10-month-old twins and my older two girls, and I was lonely and I was homebound with my kids in the cold weather, and I got a letter from my sister saying, "Hey, I just signed up for this company, why don't you check it out and see if you want to do it too." I read her letter. It gave background about Melanie Huscroft and Derek Maxfield, and it was written by their mother actually, and it just talked about their mission with Younique and their goals for starting this company and how they really wanted to empower women and validate women and help change their lives. So there was a part of me that read this as a skeptic and thought, whatever, it's a business. All businesses are out there just to make money. But the other part of me thought, this is interesting. Maybe this could turn out well. I'll give it a shot for a while, see what happens, and maybe it'll turn into something big. And actually the biggest thought I had was, maybe nothing will happen, but what if something does and I don't take this opportunity and it explodes? Like, I couldn't even imagine being, 3 years from now and maybe this is the next Scentsy or the next really big direct sales company, and I just said, nah, I'll pass. So fortunately, I figured it's $99, what do I have to lose? And I signed up and got my presenter kit, which had business cards and product cards and these awesome little purple pens. And that was about it. That was our presenter kit. I didn't really know what we were going to be selling. I didn't know what we were going to be doing, but I knew we had some amazing founders with an awesome mission. So I decided, if I'm going to make this work, I'm going to jump in with both feet and I'm going to work my tail off. And I did. Fortunately, I had some really great mentors in Derek and Melanie. They were really present for us first couple hundred presenters, the founding presenters. I'm number 36. And they were there for us to lead and guide and direct us and really coach us along. After I'd been working the business almost full-time for about 3 months and made $83 in January. This was, I guess, it's 2015. 2013, January, I made $83 after putting in 40 hours a week for months. I wanted to cry. I wanted to throw in the towel and say, I'm not getting anywhere. I've sponsored people, I've built a team. We only have like 5 products we're selling. Like, this just isn't going anywhere. And a few things happened. I had a instant message conversation with Derek where he talked to me about how the amount of work I put in the beginning will be up here, but my pay will be down here. But then over time, I'm going to see that I'm putting in this much work, but my pay goes up here. And it just kind of takes a while for those, those two lines to cross to make it worth it for you, but then it keeps going and takes off. Well, I'm going to tell you, as a Black Status presenter, the pay is here at this point after growing my team for over 2 years. And the work, I'm still working. I still want to get there. But to say I'm being paid proportionate for my work right now would be ridiculous because nobody gets paid this much to work 30 hours a week and have fun with girlfriends and play with makeup. So it's really an outstanding thing that happened. So sorry, that was the first little thing. Derek really cheered me on and said, just keep going, keep going. And then Melanie had a conference call with some of her friends from other companies. I guess she told stories about them and talked about how her different friends from different companies, some had really low consultant ID numbers and some had high ones, so they'd gotten in earlier or later, but talked about how their income changed over time, and how their teams grew, and kind of where they ended up. So this really gave me a little more motivation to say, okay, it's only been 3 months. I've got to give this 2 years. If I'm not going to give it my all for 2 years, I might as well walk away right now. And my goal really was to be making about $2,000 to $3,000 a month within my first 2 years, and that would make it worth it to me. Again, another goal that's been blown out of the water. So it's kind of awesome to see, what I thought back then versus what ended up happening when I just kept going. If you've ever seen that picture of the 2 diamond miners and they're going, and a guy gets discouraged and turns back, but the other one keeps going and the huge diamond's just right on the other side. That's kind of how Younique was for me. I was ready to turn around and thought, I had some extra motivation from Derek and Melanie and thought, okay, I'm going to keep going, because you never know where that big diamond mine is and where it's going to show up. So I kept going, and then in February, I had a couple online parties that just exploded. Like, I sold like crazy. And I sponsored several people that just turned out to be complete rock stars. And I promoted from yellow to pink and blue all within that month, and I was just on cloud 9, and I couldn't even believe it. Like, all of a sudden momentum was taking off. People were buying our products. I was sponsoring, and I had other strong people who were sponsoring as well. So it was a really big moment for me. I think in March, Melanie sent me a message and said, hey, you were our top earner last month, and you were the top in sales. And I was like, me? Like, I've never been top in anything before. I'm just some person. Like, I'm just some mom with these 4 kids, and I'm just playing on my computer on Facebook and telling my friends about this new mascara. And I'm number 1? Like, I couldn't believe it. And so beyond the money I made, which was starting to get a little better, it was a really huge moment for me to, I guess, be validated and recognized. I mean, we all kind of like a little bit of recognition here and there, and you don't get a whole lot of it when you've got, at this point, 13-month-old twins, and they're throwing up all over you, and they're pooping all over, and they're up all night, and it's kind of depressing and kind of hard. And so just having someone say, way to go, you were the best at this month, or you did awesome at this, that was enough to carry me for a while. That kept me going, and that made me just want to work harder. So that was a pretty neat thing. And then come April, or I guess shortly thereafter, they announced our first trip incentive, and it was a cruise. And to earn it, you just had to hit green status. And so in April, I hit green status, and I just couldn't believe it. And then come, let's see, August, I hit orange status. So it was a really kind of a crazy year. Once it started happening, it really started happening. And I think the key was I just kept going. Anytime I wanted to turn back or get discouraged, I had leaders and friends and people to look to who were really good examples who just kept me going. And so kind of the next thing that really started changing things for me is I went to our first convention. There were about 75 of us there, and it was in Park City, Utah, and it was beautiful and it was wonderful, and we had some amazing speakers. And I learned so much about leadership. I learned about sales. I learned about personal development. I learned so much in those few days that I went home and was like, okay, we got this. And now I feel like I know what to do. I mean, in the beginning, we didn't really have uplines. We didn't have anyone that knew what they were doing. We were all kind of filling it out together. I mean, the first 100 of us, I mean, the business was changing. They were, Younique was still trying to figure out what direction they wanted to go in. And so things were kind of crazy, but I came home from convention with a very focused and driven mission and goal. Like, I am sponsoring, I am recruiting, I am training, and we are going to do this. This is going to happen. So at that point, my team had about 200 people on it. And I remember setting a goal that by Christmas, I wanted to have 400 people on my downline. And I was scared to make that goal because that just seemed huge. I couldn't even comprehend it, but that became my goal. Then I'm trying to think, I don't want to forget anything, but time kept going and we kept growing and everything just took off. Oh, and then in October, I became Younique's first Purple Status presenter. So our first exclusive level presenter. And again, for me, the recognition, I guess it was a big thing. I don't like to admit it, I guess. In our society, it's weird to say you like being told good job, but I like being told good job. So I hit Purple Status and I was really excited. And I thought, oh my goodness, in November, I could hit Black. This could be huge. We had our, our founding or a race to 10K going on, where our first 10 Black status presenters were going to get $10,000 checks, and I wanted one so bad. And it wasn't even about the money, it was about I want to be one of those 10. And come November, I was our second Black status presenter in the company, where I earned my $10,000 check and hit the top status in the company about a year exactly from the date that we launched our products. So that year was just an incredible time for me, and I learned a lot and I grew a lot. And then over the next year, I continued to learn and grow. I really jumped in with both feet for personal development and leadership development. A big part when we first started, we didn't really have back offices, but then that January, about when I made $83, suddenly we had a back office, and I found out I have a downline of 20 people, which I didn't even know that. I didn't know the people I had sponsored other people. And so I learned I have to be a leader, and I don't really know what that means or what that takes, but I'm going to find out. So personal development became huge for me. Leadership training, I began watching videos, reading every book I could get my hands on, and let me tell you the difference it made. I went from working in this business saying I want to be the best, I want to be number one, I want to be at the top, to changing my mindset to I want to help all these awesome women be where I am and feel as good as I feel, because I feel awesome. This is great. I love everything about this. I'm earning money, I'm reaching goals, and I'm excelling, and it feels so good to me. It's giving me an outlet when after my kids go to bed at night, I can have other women to talk to, and I can have a hobby that's all mine and accomplish things that I never thought I could do. So as my focus changed from working on myself to helping my team and helping them find success and helping them grow, my paycheck started growing, and it was incredible. I went from having 4 elites to 8 elites to 12 elites, and then just this last November I had 18 elites, which is so amazing. To me, that's just 18 new leaders that are growing and developing, and I've got several on the chute ready to go who will be there soon. And it's been a wonderful journey and a fantastic ride, as I've also watched our founders define our mission and really act in it over time. Yes, all companies need to make money, but I've really learned that this company really wants to change lives. And I love that I'm in a position where I can help other people do that. We all are. That's the really cool thing about this. This company is about leaders helping to find and grow leaders who help build leaders. And it just keeps going down the line and doesn't stop. So we're all in this amazing position where I am, where we can influence others to grow and learn. We all have this business. It's kind of like we have the secret that we need to tell everyone. Like, I know how to earn money, I know how to find fulfillment, and I know how to help others. What else could you want in life? And so I just feel like I need to shout it from the rooftops. This is the coolest thing ever to come along. I've really learned to fall in love with network marketing because of that. My previous network marketing experiences hadn't really been positive. It had been full of people lying to me or not really, telling me things because they wanted me to succeed, but because they want to make a quick buck. And I've grown to see the potential in this in any legitimate network marketing company, and especially with Younique. I love our products, I love our mission, I love the sisterhood we have here, and I love our founders dearly. I am so grateful for them and for what they've done for us, and I love the friendships I've made. I've made so many beautiful, valuable friendships over the last 2 years that they just couldn't be replaced. So I really want to encourage you, just keep going. If anything on my story resonates with you, just remember, we all have days we want to quit. We all have rough times. We all get exhausted. But if you hang in there and you keep going and you work hard, good things can happen. I really like that this gives us the power to take our lives in our hands. If we want to change things, we can. My husband works part-time for fun now because he's a pilot, and I think you're going to have a hard time finding a pilot who wants to quit his job because pilots love to fly. But, we are able to travel now. We don't have debt. We're able to live the life we want to live and have a lot of freedom. And I really feel blessed because of this. And I just, again, want to share my excitement with you. I'm rambling now because I get so excited, and I just love talking about this company and this awesome journey. So hang in there, keep working. You never know when you're going to hit your diamond mind. You never know when things are going to change for you and start improving. But the biggest variable is you. What effort are you going to put in there? What effort are you going to make to continue working when things are hard and you want to give up? And what effort are you going to make for personal development and to continue to learn and grow? I can't stress enough how important it is. and really become a servant-based leader. Really learn to do what's best for your team and not what's best for you short term. And I promise that you will get there. Just hang in there and be consistent. And I love you guys, and I am so grateful to get to work with you. I talked earlier about how my team was 200 and I wanted it to be 400 by Christmas. Well, by that Christmas it was over 1,000, and now I'm looking at a downline of about 140,000, and it's insane. I never thought I would have a downline of 140,000 plus people, and we're still growing. It's amazing. So thank you guys, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and feel free to share this with your team members. Thank you.